Morbius 2022 Complete Review. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel True Interest. Morbius, the living vampire, a Marvel Comics character, is the inspiration for Morbius, the upcoming superhero genre film produced by Columbia Pictures in collaboration with Marvel. What about how it went? Let's hear it in this video. The Amazing Spider-Man 3, now in production, will not be released until next year. Daniel Espinosa will helm the film, which is based on a script by Burke Sharpless and Matt Sazama. Michael Morbius will be played by Jared Leto, Jared Harris, Matt Smith, Al Madrigal, Adria Arjona, and Tyrese Gibson. This film follows the title's character's transformation into a vampire after curing himself of a rare blood condition. After revealing intentions for a Spider-Man shared universe to debut with Venom, Sony began creating a film on Morbius 2018. Both Sharpless and Sazama wrote the script in November 2017, and Espinosa, as well as Leto, joined the cast in June 2018. Casting began in earnest towards the end of 2018, with the show set to premiere on February 2, 2019. The filming was completed in June 2019, according to reports. Morbius will be released on January 28, 2022 in the United States after being postponed from its intended July 2020 release date owing to the COVID-19 pandemic. Addison Entertainment and Marvel Entertainment announced an agreement in May of 2000 to finance, co-produce, as well as distribute numerous films based on Marvel Comics characters that includes the living vampire film Morbius. Stephen Norrington played the character in a cameo role in Blade in 1998 before moving on to a greater role in one of its sequels. On the other hand, Norrington elected not to return for Blade 2 2002, and the character was thus eliminated from the first picture. Sony unveiled a new Spider-Man shared world in May 2017 and premiered it with Venom in October 2018, titled Spider-Man Universe by Sony. Moreover, in July, John Watts, the director of Spider-Man Homecoming, said he was interested in including Blade and Morbius in Spider-Man Far From Home, released in 2019. He acknowledged that the character's dark tone could work pretty cool amidst the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, as well as Sony's secret development process. Burke Sharpless and Matt Sazama submitted the script for a Morbius film in November. When Jared Leto got loosely attached to the role, he was hesitant to commit until he was satisfied with the movie's direction. He met in person with several directors before committing. Antoine Fuqua was approached by Sony at the end of April 2018 about the direction of the film. Asked if he would be interested in doing the project, he said he would prefer to do something that suited his interests rather than something in the superhero theme. Among the directors that Sony Productions approached for the project were F. Gary Gray, interested in directing the film, but he has declined the role, and Daniel Espinosa, the one who earlier directed Life 2017. Leto met with Espinosa during a tour in Germany in May while he was on tour with 30 Seconds to Mars, and the two were confirmed as cast members by June. Sony was expected to announce a release date shortly after Sony acquired the film, and filming was due to begin in late 2018. Matt Tolmach, Avi Arad, and Lucas Foster were all set to produce the film. With the release of Venom, Spider-Man Far From Home, and many more Marvel films set to hit theaters, the studio desired the film to be a good fit with the rest of its schedule. The dramatic pronouncements and foreboding monologues of how miserable and cursed Morbius often appear alongside other nearly as large as life characters, as well as the resulting juxtaposition, is sometimes unexpectedly funny. Simon Stroud, for example, acts as a foil through several storylines, and it's a joy to overlook this swaggering act of Dirty Harry wannabe totally nonplussed when facing Morbius' whole woe is me spiel. Throughout this book, occult bloodshed and madness abound. Likewise, as with the first ever collection, which he also reviewed a few months ago, Dante's Morbius is portrayed in a more sophisticated and true environment in Vampire Tales' black and white stories. The Fantastic Four are still fighting bonkers, demons, and the like, but I never feel like they could pop up to save the day, which gives them a more sinister tone. Nevertheless, when it arrives at Morbius' journey through the four-color world, the results are sometimes mixed. Intending to inject spooky elements into the Marvel Universe, the creative teams working on these stories relish the opportunity, but occasionally the execution borders on self-parody. It's never more apparent than in the first story arc of the book when Morbius battles a demon covered in eyes. His name is Helene's. Really. According to the past collection of essays, there's still some confusion over Morbius' actual abilities among the numerous writers. As a brawler who loves blood, he may be portrayed in some stories, but in others, he uses his clever diversions and hypnotic abilities to overcome his opponents. The debate also continues around whether Morbius can turn others into vampires or not. Reading all these stories together can be seen as an issue contradicting something only 30 pages ago, but it's entertaining to see the writers figure out his deal over time. Yet, despite some of the growing pains in the first book, this collection of stories also transcends some of them. In particular, many of the characters do not recount Morbius' origin. Morbius' adventures are highly focused on illustrating just how wild they can get amidst the thrills and all the stakes that are escalating. It seems at this point that Marvel is confident most readers know who Morbius is. There is a Hammer horror vibe to most of the stories here, which should appeal to fans of Marvel's creepier side. Frank Robbins and Bill Matlow's successful End of a Vampire, Doug Moench and Sonny Trinidad's worldwide Death Kiss, and Bill Matlow and Frank Robbins' surprisingly over-the-top The Legion of Monsters are among the highlights. A fascinating article by Ralph Macchio is also included entitled Monster Unleashed Again. This fascinating essay delves into Marvel's horror's history, showing how the Tomb of Dracula paved the path for some of Marvel's greatest monsters. So this was all. Stay tuned and subscribe for more.